50 men working to bring change and strengthen the city of Detroit and surrounding communities. 50 men reaching for success and inspiring others along the way. The Michigan Chronicle salutes the men who are making a difference. This is the 2013 Men of Excellence Awards.
Hello, and thank you. And I know that more than one person in the room wants me to say it, so I'm going to say it. Woo, woo, woo. You were waiting for that. Those of you who know what that is. So I am delighted and honored and overjoyed. You're letting the woo-woo-woo-ness, go ahead, fall over you. Go on. I felt another little moment. So here's the thing. I get invited. I've actually been invited twice to host the Women of Excellence Awards. And I was like, that's wonderful. There's lots of excellent women. Yay, all the excellent women. Where are the excellent men? I came here to meet a husband. There, I've said it. And I fully understand that if you're excellent men, you're probably already married, because there's an amazing woman standing beside you, holding you up and shoring you up. But if you've got an uncle or a brother who... I flew from Los Angeles to come here and meet me an excellent man. There ain't no excellent men in Los Angeles. Now, come on, Detroit. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. A brother that needs lifting. I don't cook. But with our resources together, we can hire a staff of people. Together we can be strong. Listen, the flight from LA to Detroit's only 4 hours. I timed it. I'll take the red eye to be with you. Except in the wintertime, we'll have to live in Los Angeles where it's sunny. Come on, let's make this happen. You think I came to honor you. I came to meet a man. No. No, I really came to honor and lift up and be a part of what I know is happening here in Detroit. We know about Detroit's challenges, but every time I come here, I meet amazing people like you. I meet people who are, at the forefront of making a change and showing our young people what it is to be excellent. So I'm delighted by the women, and I'm really overjoyed about the men. So thank you for having me.
We have 50 men tonight who have given their lives to excellence. Now, I know every night you look at the 6 o'clock news and you have your own vision of what black men are doing in this country, but I'm here to tell you that that's not us. We're college presidents, we're lawyers, we're entrepreneurs, we're doctors, we're educators, we're people who give a damn. We are. And I'm personally offended by the fact that we are represented in a way that is not of excellence. So tonight, I'm here to share with you 50 black men who are excellent. And let me say this to you. Thank you. Thank you. We've been doing this for 6 years now. And it was a big fight on who was going to be in the first class of 50 men. They said, Hiram, after 50, you ain't going to have no more Negroes to celebrate. And I said, you know what? You don't know us. You don't know us. Because we generate them every day. And what I would challenge you tonight is to look at all of these 50 gentlemen and tell me which one you think that does not deserve to be on the original list. Just tell me. President of Central Michigan University doesn't deserve to be on the first list? Flint, Michigan? Okay. The executive director of the Grand Prix doesn't deserve to be on the first list? I mean, you tell me which one of these men does not deserve to be on this list. And so through these dark times that we're going through with the city of Detroit, I would say to you that we are on the cusp of greatness.
There are a lot of black men of excellence in this city. A lot. I don't want the women to hate, because a lot of them are excellent also. But I just want to say this. I recommended a gentleman that works with me on a daily basis as one of the recipients tonight. And I've seen close up, because for a long time we didn't know each other. But once we got to know each other and shared our background and shared our visions and shared our dreams and worked together, it was obvious to me that this guy was worthy of men of excellence. I'd venture to say that of the 50 gentlemen tonight that are going to be the recipients of this award, I'm sure I know pretty much all of them. And over the last 6 years, for those who received the award and the adulation, I know most of them. And it says to me that we've got to continue to promote black male excellence, because so many of our young African American men, in a lot of cases, have no one to look up to, no black male role model. But one of the things that we probably need to do in expanding something that you've started 6 years ago is to start looking at the young men in our city, so that we can bring them together with folks like you, that they have someone to look up to. They have someone to emulate. They have role models, because so often in their homes, based on what's happening not just in Detroit but across the country, they don't have that male role model. So I want to once again thank Real Times. I want to thank the Chronicle, because you can play, and you do play, a significant role in communicating to our community what's really going on. Black men of excellence, tonight, I thank you. And I know that you don't do what you do to get this recognition, to get an award. You live your lives like this. I respect it, I appreciate it, and I want to once again thank Real Times and the Chronicle for making you and making what you do apparent to our community. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it.
The 50 men of excellence that you're honoring here tonight aren't about any social program or doing anybody a favor. It is about lifting people up who are going to contribute to the overall trajectory of the United States of America remaining the central economy in the world. That's why Detroit matters. I say all of the time, I love being mayor. There's got to be something to being mayor. I mean, Dave Bing was comfy cozy before he decided to run for me. He did not need this job, and neither did I. Mayor Michael Bloomberg spent $150 million to be mayor one more time. He's got $21 billion, right? Woman out in California ran for governor, spent $150 million of her own money to try to be governor of California. There's something to this mayor and this governor deal. And it is because being a public service gives you a unique opportunity to change things. I grew up in Atlanta wanting to be mayor from the time I was 13 years old. When I was 20 years old, I served on the board of trustees of Howard University with Ambassador Andrew Young.
And Ambassador Andrew Young, when I was about to take a job in New York, looked me in my face. He said, Kasim, you shouldn't go to New York. You should come back home because our city is going to need a mayor like you one day. Fast forward 20 years later, on the night I won, I sat by Ambassador Andrew Young, who had sat shoulder to shoulder with Dr. Martin Luther King, and as tears rolled down his aging face, he watched me be sworn in as the 59th mayor of the city of Atlanta 20 years later. This is a unique opportunity. One of the best days in my life was when I went to a restaurant called Busy Bee. I don't know what y'all's favorite soul food is, but mine is Busy Bee, and it's in the city of Atlanta. And so I left my detail. I like to ditch my detail and go off on my own. I know you know about that, Mayor Bing. You just need to breathe, right? So I walk into Busy Bee, and a family is in the restaurant. And, you know, I'm trying to pick my chicken, match my rice, get my gravy, match my corn in private. And I saw the mom grab her husband. She said, I think that's the mayor behind us. And I saw the husband look over his shoulder. And the little boy was about the height of this lectern. And the mom looked at the dad, and I saw the signals happening, and, you know, I'm not feeling too great. I really don't want to be very mayoral right now. And so I'm standing there, and it comes. And they snatched the little boy. And the little boy turns around. And the mom looked at the little boy. She said, "Do you know who that is?" And the little boy looked up at me kind of irritated. She said, "Oh, Mom, that's just Mayor Reed. It's not like it's the president." And I had fixed my suit to, you know. It was a powerful moment, but it reminded me, despite all of the adversity that we all go through, how powerful example the president has been and how important it is to have exemplars, right? So the 50 men of excellence, whether they know it or not, are being looked at by little boys and girls in restaurants and towns and places and stores and businesses all throughout Detroit. Little girl says, you know, I know a man who's got his own State Farm agency. Little boy said, I know a man's got his own automobile dealership. He can even hook up Kim Coles. Right? Y'all, we can't miss this moment. The 50 black men who move around this city carry the dreams of hundreds of thousands of people who you speak to and do not speak to, know and do not know. The other point I want to share is this, brothers. When I was walking in tonight, I'm from Atlanta, and I was having my Coca-Cola. My friend Bernard was checking on me to make sure I had only had one today. So we were in an argument about whether I could have two or one. It's a funny story, but you all, we need to check on each other. I appreciate it because you got to check on each other. Brothers, you all know what I'm talking about. Very few people understand what it feels like to be a black man with the kind of burdens of leadership that we feel, and we walk around here not laughing, not enjoying it, not taking a moment to pause, not vacationing, not checking on our health care, not making sure we are all right, not talking to each other, not asking how you feel today, not asking if there's anything I can do to lighten your burden. Embrace that, you all. Jesus wept. Jesus cried, right? I can cry, right? If Jesus checked on the apostles, you all can check on each other. But once you've checked on each other and you know you're okay, let's not forget to use our physical capacity. One of the things that I hope that the young people who are in this room, who are building their own life trajectories today, y'all need to remember, Dave Bing didn't get in the position to be mayor because he was lucky. He got in the position to be mayor because he was ready, right? I want these brothers to remember it, so I'm going to give you a story to the young brothers out here. When I started working at Paul Hastings Law Firm, I was a young lawyer. I decided I wanted to go into music law. I had friends who were in the entertainment space. I had gone to school with Puffy Combs. My friend Bernard Parks was the manager for Goody Mob, which is one of the most successful rap groups in the country. So I'm deciding I'm going to be a music lawyer. And I remember walking into the senior partner of my law firm's office. He was sitting in a beautiful corner office. And I walked in boldly. I had my little business plan already. And I said, sir, I would like to start an entertainment law practice. And he looked up from over the table. He said, you can start whatever you want as long as you bill 160 hours a week and collect on the money. And if you don't, you're going to be fired. So knock yourself out. And then he looked back down. I left. I said, well, I'm going to start the music practice. And you all, I would wake up in downtown Atlanta at about 5:30 in the morning. I would get to work at about 6:30. I would work at my law firm from about 6:30 to about 10:30. I could get on a noon flight. I could fly to Los Angeles. I could land in Los Angeles at about 2:00 p.m. I could develop and cultivate my music practice. I could get on a plane leaving Los Angeles at about 11 p.m. I could land in Atlanta at about 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I could go to my condominium, and then I could shower and I could go to work the next day. So, I'm running for mayor, you all, 20 years later, 10 years later. I am losing, right? So my fundraising team comes in and said, we need you to do a West Coast swing. We need you to fly to LA, but you've got a press conference at 10 a.m. the next morning. But we got a big fundraiser in Los Angeles. We need you to go. So, Mayor, I'm remembering, I do that all the time. I looked at my, booked the flight. Got up, showered, landed in Los Angeles, did 3 fundraisers, bam, bam, bam. Got let off at LAX at 11:00 p.m., flew to Atlanta, got off the plane 6 a.m., went home, showered. We did well in the fundraisers. Mind you all, I'm losing. Come up, have our press conference at 10 a.m. I stand up, I announce this new initiative, and at 11 a.m. I almost died. I'm talking about my insides contracted. I remembered at 40 what I did at 30. I tell the story because brothers need to hear it. Because we have gotten away from the ethic of having to work twice as hard, having to do more, having to be better, and you see the brothers' heads nodding, the 50 men of excellence. You'll never get your youth back. And while you have this incredible physical capacity, always remember to use it, brothers. Use it. And I'll tell you something else. You can clap for that. And One of the last things I want to share with you all before I take my seat and we begin to acknowledge the rest of the honorees tonight. I don't think it could be more appropriate than an amazing city like Detroit, Michigan. I was in a hotel room while I was campaigning for the president. And I'm going to tell you all something. I love our president. And I'm for our president. That's my man. That's my man. I mean, I went so hard for the president on Meet the Press and MSNBC show. CNN, whoever wanted some, I was ready to go. I mean, it was so bad when Mitt Romney's people saw me in the lobby at NBC and told me that when we beat you all, Atlanta's going to be annexed. It's going to be a suburb of Mississippi. Oh, he meant it. He said, oh, I mean it. And he would text it to me. I hope you're looking forward to moving to Mississippi. We're going to put Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be in Mississippi. It's going to be a suburb of Mississippi. And I'd be on TV and they'd be hitting me. Hope you're ready to move. When you go help your man Pat, I was like, who is my man? I was so offended. You know, my man, you mean the president of the United States? Yeah. So I was always ready to go. And, you know, I did God knows how many appearances. Goodness knows how many Meet the Press appearances, because sometimes in life you need somebody to be for you. You got plenty of people who 50-50. Sometimes you just need, you ever just need to say, I'm for you, man. You know what I mean? All this 50-50, I don't know. I would say he's going to win. Don't worry about it. He's going to win. We need some of that in Detroit. Detroit's going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win. Who's saying we're going to win? It's all this talk about we don't know. It's going to be all right. We're trying. Where's all that? What? You created an industry that's the backbone of the fundamental economy of the United States of America, keeps millions of people employed, gave people a quality and standard of life that they never had before, but for your sweat, the work of your brow, your energy, your vision, your intellect. And people walk around here stuttering. I was in a hotel room waiting to go on one of the news shows. And so I had some time to watch ESPN to clear my mind so I could be extra sharp when I went on TV. Saw John Madden, this program on John Madden. And on the program on John Madden, they were talking about where he developed the term yards after contact. Because me and my brother play Madden all the time, football. That's our thing. And so what he said was, he said that he got the term yards after contact from Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Smith's longest play from scrimmage was when he was in the end zone, Ernest. It was a simple sweep. God knows why they would do a sweep in the end zone, but Mayor, the quarterback, simply pitched out to Emmitt. Emmitt Smith catches it in the end zone. He's turning the corner. He gets hit so hard that he should have been knocked out of the end zone. But Emmitt Smith had that terrific center of gravity, legs like tree trunks, kept his legs moving, spun around, and popped through the line for the longest run, the 99-yard run, the longest of his career. That's where John Madden got the term yards after contact. We need to apply that to our own lives. Life isn't about the easy run when it's wide open. Life is about what happens when you get hit. Life is really about yards after contact. That's why I love the Detroit commercials. So I hope folks here remember that. Yards after contact. Keep your legs moving. Every single time I come to Detroit, I enjoy myself because there's a warmth and a genuineness about the people that touches me in my heart. And as I walked over here today, I really hope that you will remember yards after contact, using your amazing physical capacity, being encouraged and being an encouragement to other people. And I want to encourage us to be better and remind us that when we fall down, to get back up, because the ground is no place for a champion. And the people of Detroit, you are champions.